It's live, pal. My name is Chillmonger. I go by the name of Chillmonger, and you know me as Chillmonger. I just did a live reaction to the Godzilla and the what's the other guy? King Kong trailer. And during that, I said, why don't I just do a live video? So that ended. This started, and here we are. That's what brings you to me over here at this current time in the world at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. WandaVision. This show happened. I've expressed multiple times here since episode 1 and 2 came out that I'm displeased by it because we know what's happening based on the trailer. What the new viewer may have seen from WandaVision this week is something that I've been sitting on since it's been announced in Comic-Con of 2019. I knew that it would be black and white. I knew that there would be homages to the old sitcoms. A lot of them I didn't watch. I wasn't a TV land guy. What's up? What's up? YouTuber in the building. I'm True Skills. Rate WandaVision out of 10. What thought was I just on? Oh, TV land. So I didn't see Bewitched and all those old timey shows. Therefore, it's not something that's like it's not hitting the nostalgia spots. It is for an audience, and I recognize it. Like Mike Porter's old as fuck. He probably loves WandaVision's throwbacks to the old stuff. I am kidding. Godzilla and King Kong trailer is fire. I liked it too. I just talked about that, and since I rate everything, I said it's an 8 out of 10. Yeah, Godzilla trailer was really, really good. Um, we so let's get past that. You know how I feel about it. Yes, we need more. You know how I feel about the old stuff. However, in this episode, when it got eerie, it got good. When Monica stopped being Geraldine for a minute, it makes me think, what is her role in this? Was she completely conscious of everything? Was she just playing the part? How stupid is it that the stork that was reanimated into real life was just outside of her peripheral vision and Geraldine never seemed to notice it? That's Monica being aware of what's happening and not causing a scene. Doesn't want to disturb the fragile mind of the Scarlet Witch. She's not the Scarlet Witch yet. She's Wanda Maximoff as of now. But that's how I read. I might be reading that Geraldine, that Monica Rambeau, was actually an agent of Sword this whole time. She didn't want to blow her cover, but when Wanda introduced that she was also a twin brother, that's when Geraldine got serious. That's when Geraldine got serious. That's the theory that's out there, and that's not something that I picked up from the trailers. So something new has been introduced to my viewing experience. 9.5. All right, I respect that. I say the episode 3 was a 7 out of 10, and we're not talking about the trailer. We're talking about the WandaVision episode, right? So I thought it was a 7 out of 10, but to each his own. Trust me, stick to it. You will love it. You know something that I don't know? Do you know something that I do not know? Of course, it's the MCU. Of course, I'll love it. And here's something that I heard the Tayana Paris, the actress who plays Monica, say in an interview. We filmed the sitcom stuff in LA. They filmed first in Atlanta and then the sitcom stuff in LA. There are scenes outside of boring stage of a home that we haven't seen yet. There are hours that we haven't seen yet. 22-minute episodes. We got 3 of them. That's just one of those hours. Now we have 9 episodes in total. So there's 6 episodes left that they will squeeze into 5 hours. 5 hours of a show. I can see some of these episodes being really long, and that'll be on the back half of the season. So far, the trailers have shown us. Let me read Mike Porter. It's a 3-ring circus. TV land stuff based on comic books and MCU stuff. Naturally, everything is based on MCU. Yeah, I'm getting the comic book MCU, but the TV land is new to me. And since it's not hitting the spot for me, voila. I always interpret XR Kun as saying that, like the old beer commercial. And since it's not hitting the TV land spot for me, it's not hitting the spot, so it's weak. I want to show you guys the trailer, so give me a second to share the screen so I can show you exactly. Share audio. Do you see that? No, you don't. I was watching another video, but I will switch up to the WandaVision trailer. And you will see every scene that we saw already happened.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time.
WandaVision. Aren't we a 5-pair?
This is
Okay.
our home now.
Saw
I want
this
us
scene
to
already.
fit in.
All this black and white
this
stuff.
is gonna
happened.
be a
So I'm happy
gas.
about
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
Now imagine if
I think what my
that
wife
scene
means to
just
say
ended
is that we
there.
moved from.
Moved from where? Married when?
Imagine if that's all we got to see. And we didn't get to see stop it in the trailer like we're about to see it now. How much cooler would that moment have been?
Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
You said 4 stop its. How eerie would have that been if the first time I experienced the 4 stop its was actually watching this show? The same way I'm complimenting Monica Rambeau's discovery of Pietro. He was killed by Ultron, wasn't he? I could have experienced the same moment, the same feelings over here. The commercial. Paul Bettany says there's a battle royal at the end. It's a mystery that will pay off. A battle royal? What's a battle royal? When there's a whole bunch of people in the ring and if you eliminate everyone off the top rope, you win? That's what's happening here? What's going on, Super Palamo Bros? And then Mike says, we've seen everything but the Halloween scene yet. Yeah, I was going to get to that. You kind of beat me to saying that, Mike. But when you're a super smart fan like the way you are, you will pick up on that. So this was all episode 2, right? The Halloween scene. So is this in 80s?
I did.
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
And why was she frozen? Right before that moment happened, it looked like she was immobilized before Vision touched her. I guess that's him discovering, oh, look, we're in a fake universe. Frozen. She is not moving. That's because Wanda's brain is malfunctioning. I imagine that, let me think. The kids go missing. Maybe that's why Vision is out on the look. Yeah, the kids go missing because they were trick-or-treating and now they're gone. Therefore, the whole city has to stop. And that's why she's frozen. Play.
I did.
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
How you feeling? Hey, we actually didn't see that scene though, where she's exiting in the daytime. This right over here, that. She's wearing the 70s clothes, so we know it was from episode 3. And she's still wearing the 70s clothes here, right? Boom.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in
And
question.
that is the trailer. With the 70s clothes. Back to me. With the 70s clothes, it means that whatever happens in that reality, in the bubble that Wanda has created, affects the real world. So the kids, Tommy and Billy, will be introduced into the real world. They are permanent characters there, according to the clothing staying on Monica. You would think she would return in the clothing that she went into the bubble with. Wanda's a 9.5. Like length, yeah. The trailers gave away too much. The trailers, the interviews, the marketing, very poor. I blame marketing. Also, I could also say, like, if the delivery of these episodes came like once a day, this would be fun. Coming on here one day on Monday, Tuesday I come here on here and I talk about the next step. Episode 3, let's talk about. Episode 4, let's talk about. And then by 5, I think the sitcom stuff will be over. But imagine if we get 5 straight days of building the mystery and all that good stuff. Maybe that was the intention, actually. We don't know. They could have changed the rollout process. I give a lot of respect for Feige, and I always give him credit for being smart. Let me introduce something else to this equation. the quality that Disney Plus is supposed to offer us may not have been consistent with what the Mandalorian people had. I bring it back to Comic-Con of 2019. This is before they filmed this show, but they talked about this show. Mandalorian had already been filmed. The Baby Yoda, the surprise, all that stuff was already planned. All they were doing was pre-production. So when WandaVision gets started and they start making the show, they didn't have the Mandalorian to look at and say, oh, that's how it's supposed to go. Oh, we're really bringing the movies to life, huh? We were just doing a TV show. They didn't have that. Falcon and Winter Soldier also, even though the trailers look good, they didn't have that. Everything changed when Mandalorian finally, season 1 and season 2 happened. And then we go back to WandaVision and it's like, well, this seems like if the MCU was a TV show. And they're really doing 22-minute episodes. Yeah, because that's what they planned. If they would have known that fans would complain of how short Mandalorian episodes are, which are 30 minutes sometimes, and sometimes they do reach 40 minutes, then maybe Marvel would have rethought that. Now, Ms. Marvel is filming now. They probably know that. So the series following Kamala Khan might actually be better. Where am I reading? Trailers gave away too much. Mike Porter says Battle Royale. I can only imagine that it's the big battle at the end. Will it be Avengers level or 2 against 1? You will like the ending, I believe. You know something. Who's going to cameo in here? Doctor Strange, right? If he's not the only cameo, then I commend Marvel for keeping their mouths shut. WandaVision and all the Marvel and future Star Wars shows have twice the budget per episode than Mando. That may not be true because I read that this is a $225 million budget, and so was Mandalorian Season 1. Okay, I said quality, not budget, right? So what I say still stands. It does feel like the quality of this show, I mean, look, it's a set camera. So far from what we've seen from the first 3 episodes, it's pretty basic. I may be proven wrong depending on the back half of this. And if that's the case, then I'm just mad at the way that they rolled out the episodes and how slowly they did it and how much information they gave us prior. Us, the smart fan. You talk to a casual fan, and this is great. This is so new. I can't believe what's happening. What a mystery. Why is Phil Jones this way against his wife? Why is Herbert cutting into the neighbor's yard at the fence? It is interesting to the old people, not to the sweaties. Old, but I have new Marvel and DC toys. Kid at heart. I was never a toy guy. I collect comic books. I collect, what else? No, that's my big collection thing is comic books. Really nothing else. I'm not much on fashion. I'm not much on other things, which is like great for saving me money. But toys, I think if I get one, I will have to get a second one to sit right next to it, and then I'll have to rearrange this to make it have all my toys. I just got my posters. I got my posters that I get from the comic book store. Sometimes I get them for free. Sometimes I gotta pay. Sounds like the Nelly song, Air Force Ones. Adnan is in the house. He says, the question we most need to know is, where is Ralph? My husband, Ralph. We'll never see Ralph. It's like in Hannah Montana. Oh, that's not true. Let me finish the sentence, though. In Hannah Montana, when she talks about her Uncle Earl, there is an episode where we actually get to see him. Mandalorian per episode was 15 million. WandaVision is 25 million. You can't tell me that episode 1 and 2 and 3 individually costed 25 million. Sebas 20920. Thanks for joining me. First time I've seen you. I know nothing but hints. They say the series changed midway, so episode 4, huh? We do see them go to the 80s. I don't remember seeing footage of them in the 90s, so that may be where it ends. See, that's the thing. When they asked Elizabeth Olsen, will you guys do a Full House reference? She just kind of smiles and they might not go to the year of the 90s. This mystery part may be solved by the 4th episode in the 1980s. Let's look out for that because it changes midway. And XR says, no, it's 12.5 and 25. Oh, so some episodes are 12.5, some episodes are 25. That's the conversation that's happening here in the live chat. Hello, Ashley. You guys need to see the video she and I did. We did the 33 questions thing. So let me pull this out. I asked her which is lighter, Uru or Vibranium. I asked her where would Hulk side in the Civil War. All that's fun questions. And then I asked her who's the sexiest Chris because I needed that female perspective. If you want to know the answer, go watch that video. But you know how it is. Those live streams where I do the burning questions and I have a guest are the funnest part of my channel. And I love taking it seriously. I love going back to the live chat to see what you guys are thinking. So I'm planning another one. I think I might have Trinity on it if he's available. If not, I can do anyone. I can co-host with anyone. So if you guys have questions that you want me to ask for burning questions, type it in. I should make a Discord channel for that, shouldn't I? I should. I will not stop the stream to do that, actually. Let's just continue on. You say here, on average, each episode is 12.5 or 25 million. Mando is 12.5 on average. Everything else is 25 on average. That's what you're telling me? Okay. Okay, XR, I'll take your word for that. But they're giving the money to the wrong show because the story that's been happening in Mandalorian is so much better so far than the story we've been getting from WandaVision. I can see why they would prioritize the Marvel stuff because that's been on fire in the movies, and Mandalorian is just sort of the sneaky thing that just snuck up on us. You think Kathleen Kennedy was attentive when Jon Favreau was making season 1 of Mandalorian? Probably not. This is something that's happening under her nose because this producer, this executive of the film industry looks at TV and says, oh, that's the small screen, not the silver screen. No. So that just happened under everyone's nose, and that's the reason why they made a Baby Yoda, the child, toys afterwards. If it were prioritized like a film, they would have already had some toys ready to go as soon as launch. But the people were able to keep that stuff a secret, like Favreau, because it was just never taken seriously as the hit that it turned out to be. That show is, you know how big the numbers are? Well, not the numbers, but it's trending on Disney Plus's trending. Even now, even a month after it's finished, it's still a viewed part of Disney Plus. And you know what else is? Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I'll remind you on Discord to make it after stream. Thank you. What about Ralph, though? Isn't that a hint to Mephisto? You think he'll be the bad guy in the series? No. Mephisto, remember that WandaVision, Disney Plus, they air to many countries who are not down with the devil. They were going to do Mephisto. They do it before Infinity War and Endgame. Instead, actually, they took the same words Mephisto says in the Infinity Gauntlet comic and had Ebony Maw recite it. You know, hear me and rejoice, that kind of stuff. That was Mephisto, wasn't it? So what do I think about Ralph? Nothing. It's just an old-time trope where there's a character who's never on screen that they mention. You guys remember Degrassi? There was Heather St. Clair, was it? There's always a character who they just never mention. I have 2-inch die cast collectibles. I have Avengers and Justice League America and villain characters. I'm going to put them together to have my Avengers League against Thanos, Ultron, and Darkseid. You're mixing DC and Marvel. That's blasphemous, Mike. I'm not sure if the show changes exactly halfway, but towards the end it changes. Paul and Kevin in separate interviews have hinted to that. So like an MCU movie is going to break out, huh? It's all about them cliffhangers. First 2 episodes did not have a cliffhanger. It just sort of ended with her pregnant, which is interesting. This episode 1 just sort of ended them with, we're in love with each other and you got the job, sitting on the couch. what happens here. What did you guys think of the glitch in the episode when it looked like Vision was gonna solve the issue, and then pop, things just rewinded? That proves to me that Wanda's in charge. Wanda is freaky. She is not the Scarlet Witch yet, but she's gonna earn that nickname here, aka the Pretender. She is the villain in this show, and we might discover that in the next episode. Maybe the big everything turns and changes episode is gonna happen in episode 5, where it doesn't feature Wanda, it just features outside of the bubble. I heard episode 7, 8, 9 is when you get to know just what's going on. That's not true. We never know what's going on in episode 7, 8, and 9s. If you don't get that, that was a shot at the Star Wars trilogy. If you hear that, then okay. The mystery will get solved by then, and it's just straight up into the action stuff to understand what's going on. That works for me, bro. That works for me. I think that the show has peaked in the sense of like dull stuff. When they start next week's episode, if we return to the home of Wanda and Vision, after seeing Geraldine get booted into becoming Monica Rambeau again, that would be a disappointment to some of us because, man, that was a good ending to that show. I hope they don't start it off soft. I hope they start it off with a bang, with answers. And I hope Kevin Feige's watching this video because maybe it's not too late to rearrange the order of some scenes in that, because they need to start it off with some answers of where Monica went to. Well, she went to Fairview, right on the outside where you can see the sign. I think the next 2 will be around half hour, then the rest will be around a whole hour. When you say half hour, yeah, you mean before the credits. After the credits. The credits are a bitch. It's the languages. The last part of each credits, so this would be Mandalorian and WandaVision, it's just a black screen in like the Portuguese language and the other languages. That's what takes up all that time. I wanted to begin the episode this week by hovering my mouse over to the side of the screen, like right around here, just to see when the credits end so I know how long, but I was afraid to do that. If I did, maybe I would go too far, and you know how sometimes there's a square that shows you what's happening on the screen? Maybe it would reveal the ending. And I'm happy I didn't do that. The credits are 10 minutes long. They really are. They are 10 minutes long. Did anybody watch Age of Ultron recently? I just started that, and I'm like 13 minutes into the movie. I gotta watch it over again, and I gotta see WandaVision's origin. I want to see Strucker's importance and what really he means. Is he dead? Is he alive? Are there something to these commercials? Now, I told Trinity, Second Street Marvel, I told him these commercials are just Easter egg fun. What do you know? They're not part of the plot. It just seems like that's something that they added to the episodes because they knew they were going to be short and they wanted to fill in time. And while we're here, let's just add some things like the baby statue, or he's reading a newspaper. It's not a commercial, but there is a part where a dude's reading a newspaper and Hydra is spelled on the newspaper. They're talking about hydrant, like a fire hydrant, but just for the fun of it, let's do that. That's how I feel the commercials are, not part of the plot. Credits in first few were long because that's what it was like back then. Nah, Mandalorian did it, and they were not trying to do an homage to the olden days. That's just a Disney Plus thing. I think if you let's watch Soul. Skip over to the end and you'll see it's the same thing. All these new Disney Plus shows have extensive credits. I rewatched the main MCU movies. Yo, you did 23 films, huh? I did 18 films when Infinity War came out. Rewatched all of that. Went into the movie. When Endgame came out, I rewatched all of them, but I started my rewatching maybe 3 months ahead. So slowly. MCU movies are great, I tend to watch them all in bunch when I rewatch these. And when you just watch a solo one, you appreciate it much more for how much full story that they put into it. You do need to watch Age of Ultron again. And watch the extras on Disney Plus. You'll get to see Bruce Banner talk to Natasha about how she got sterilized and still think you're the only monster. That scene gets extended in the extras. There are a lot of people that go into making it. Yeah. But the credits really do change from what we're used to seeing, and then the format of the credits change, where it's just language, language, language. When you're in the theater, those don't appear. Avengers tie-in 1? What do you mean by that? I watched the Avengers and Avengers tie-in 1. Are they in a race? What do you mean that they tie? What's up with that stork? So, a stork, we all know, you tell kids that's where babies come from a stork, and it was painted on the wall. That's understood. Now, why it gets animated into real life, in a world seemingly that Wanda is in control of everything, she couldn't control that. I just took a dump on Mephisto earlier for your Ralph question, but isn't Mephisto known for taking the role of animals? He turned red into like a red smoke when Wanda tried to make him disappear. It looked like the Nightcrawler dust. I thought maybe that, and now I don't think that. But maybe red is Mephisto's color, and maybe Mephisto is that bird. Possibly. The stork is Mephisto effing with Wanda, being a shit disturber. And on top of that, I'm telling you that maybe Monica was playing the role of Geraldine also. So there's like 3 people in that room: the stork, Monica, and Wanda. And how cool would it be if we find out later in the series that all 3 of those were playing a different role? Then I would be over here praising that show, this episode. So when Thor was... So I'm Thor was CW, that's about it. Civil War? Type that again because I do not understand. It's All Connected is one of the reasons I'm an MCU stan. Yeah, unlike the comic books, they connect things to each other. They don't do what Dan Slott did with Franklin Richards and making him not a mutant anymore in the middle of Jonathan Hickman's story of Omega level mutants. Yeah, so I do give credit to Feige for doing that. And that's why they're always going to be better than the DC films, because they connect. And then when they do make an Avengers movie, that's basically a $2 billion film by now. Even if it's not the greatest, they'll make their $2 billion. That's unheard of. Also, I heard Evan Peters might be Mephisto. With all this multiverse stuff, I want Evan Peters to be Quicksilver, but from that universe. And he just enters and goes, well, this doesn't feel right. Why would you get Evan Peters to be the Mephisto? How old's Evan Peters anyways? 35? Evan Peters' age is 34 years old. He's older than the Marvel Quicksilver. Iron Man, Winter Soldier, Thor, Civil War, and the Avengers stuff. Oh, that's what you rewatched? So you watched all the good ones. Yeah, understood. Mike says, I've seen Kat Dennings' interview lately, and we haven't seen her in the show. And if she's big enough to be doing interviews for the show, you know she's got a prominent role. We should get the Darcy from Thor character. She hinted costume changes. She might be in the bubble. She's in the bubble? She might be in the bubble? Does she become an Agent of Sword? Last we seen her intern and her were kissing in London. What's her role? She's like a scientist. Yeah, let's make her an agent of sword. See where that takes us. I wonder. I sense a disturbance in the Speed Force. Oh wait, wrong universe. Yeah, you're thinking of the bad universe. I'm eager to see the Justice League Snyder Cut version. That'll be cool. I hope they use the Superman theme more often. Da, 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 da. She says she's a boss now. Oh, Darcy's a boss now? Okay, basically what I was complaining about just happened now. Where they say something in the interview or they reveal something that would kind of be cool to see for the first time in the show. I'm not blaming you, Mike, for saying that. That's public knowledge and you're sharing it. I just mean to say that now when I see her as a boss, if that is, she said it in the interview, if that's what she says, then it won't be as impactful anymore. They do got to keep it hush hush. Which just means she shouldn't be doing media, honestly. We should get Darcy soon. Kat and Monica are sword agents. We need Dr. Selvig. Yeah, what's that guy saying? Batman was important to phase 1. And by phase 2, who cares? He was in Age of Ultron, wasn't he? Well, I don't think he's showing up anywhere. When everyone shows up in Endgame and Infinity War, and we don't see Selvig, okay. His contract is up. Very true. I'm sorry about that. About spoiling Kat Dennings? No. About Darcy? Not really, because in a way, the first scene that we see Darcy in will be that scene where she's the boss now. Darcy could be the MCU version of Abigail Brand. Wow. I don't like that. Abigail Brand stands out so much that she should be her own character with her own personality. Sif is coming. Jamie Alexander's probably done filming her show. Nothing is filming really, except for these big Marvel shows. No one's filming anything. Mission Impossible's done filming, but that's kind of because they were in the middle of filming. The only things getting filmed right now are Star Wars and Marvel. And Uncharted. That happened too. Tom Holland filmed Uncharted. She's in Loki, I forgot. Who is Lady Sif is in Loki? How? Okay. That means that what's his name? The one who sees all with the sword. He's a boar in the comics. What's that guy's name? Played by the... Wow, how am I blanking on the name? Who's in control of the Bifrost? Thank you. So, you know how long it takes for me to think of a name? For you to see that I'm looking for a name? You know how long the lag is in between those moments? That's crazy. Okay, so that means that Heimdall does notice what happened in Avengers 2012. Even though Loki supposedly broke the Bifrost at that point in time, and the only way Thor could get down to Earth was because Odin used his dark magic. That's actually a line that Loki says in Avengers. When he first sees Thor, like, oh, Father must have mustered all this dark magic. So the only way for that to happen, because the Bifrost is broken. So understood that when Loki appears in the Loki show, there is a scene where Heimdall uses the Bifrost and sucks him up back to, I guess, Asgard, which is still around. We don't know what episode number that is, but sometime between 2012's Avengers and Thor 2013. 2014, the Bifrost gets fixed. That's what took me so long to say. Jamie Woo was Sword also. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was FBI at the time, but he's got to be Sword now. That was his voice asking Wanda, "Who's doing this to you?" over the radio. And wait, Sif is in Loki? I thought that's what XR was just saying. Yeah, he seems to know stuff. He knows things. If Sif is in Loki, cool. She'll be the 2012 version of Sif and not the one we know. I don't think Hela killed her. I do think that she got away with half of Asgard, the ones who escaped Thanos in the beginning of Infinity War. And she was probably part of that big fight scene. No, she wasn't, because it was an all-women scene and she didn't participate. We just need Leader and Hammer back. Justin Hammer and Leader from The Hulk. Those guys are just like 12 years ago. I would love to see Justin Hammer in the Ironheart show. Be like, hey, listen, we were looking for you, waiting for you, someone like you to pop up. Join Hammer Tech because... And see her tell him off. Absolutely. What up, Fenrir? We were just talking about WandaVision, trailer stuff, a couple of mystery stuff. If you have anything to add away. Let's go 5 more minutes now. I thought I could go longer about this, but it's not a Mandalorian episode. It's a 22-minute episode where not much really happens. Everyone seems to love the joke about, do I look fat in this? Do these earrings make me look fat? It's an alright joke. A lot of the comedy in here isn't too funny. Yakety yak. Not that funny. WandaVision is gonna be... It's gonna be judged on its back half. As lame as this stuff is, we're gonna remember it for what happens later. I just did a live stream. You have a YouTube channel, Fenrir? Why am I not subscribed? Hammer could be in Armor Wars, but I want that villain to be Doom. Ooh. Doom appears in Ironheart's comic. But Doom can't appear before the FF appear, in my head. If the Armor Wars series happens after Ant-Man Quantumania, where I believe the FF are going to debut, and maybe Doom is part of that movie also, and then Armor Wars happens right after, yes. WandaVision is just a mystery now. I was streaming in someone else's channel. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, like you were in the live chat of somebody else. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people who go live on Sundays and Saturdays, especially around this time, because the work week, man, and everyone else is just chilling around this time of day in the time zone that I'm in. Just want to get to Infamous Iron Man. They could do that, couldn't they? That would be interesting. What did you guys think of the Godzilla Kong trailer? Who else was with me for that live stream just 40 minutes ago? I'm still waiting on your invite. I'm inviting you to do a stream with me if you have a camera. Do you have a camera? We could do the 33 burning questions thing if you have a camera, side by side, and talk. You are... I said what? You are welcome. Get a camera. So that's the offer. I love that trailer. It was an amazing trailer. We should watch it again. Let's look at the WandaVision trailer one last time. I will play it with the sound off and talk over it. This is them arriving into the town. This was the wedding we didn't actually see, but I guess that was part of the intro. Ugh. So bizarre. There is no Ralph, I'm telling you. That says House of M on the bottle, and it's for a reason. This is creating a reality where everything goes the way she wants it. The look on her face over here. The reversing that she does in the show.
Is this really happening?
There was that 80s Kimmy Gibbler look. This woman.
Am I dead?
No.
What was that yellow flash
Why
of
would you
light he
think
used on her? Right around here. You see the yellowness that's happening on the side of his fingertips? Yellow is Vision's power, isn't it? It's the Mind Stone. So he's minding her.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Or she's playing
Because
fake.
you are?
Well, now she's telling him, because you are. She wasn't saying that in episode 3 in the backyard.
We are an unusual
I'm
couple.
terrified
Oh, I don't think that
to
was
give
ever in-
this show more thought, like your Snoke theory sucks, than it deserves to get. I do not have a camera, but it can still work, trust me. How do I... Guys, he doesn't have a camera, but it can still work. I don't want to have a voice talk in the middle of me talking. I like the interaction you can see when someone's on your screen with you. Like when someone opens their mouth, I know, oh, he's got something to say. Or when someone says this, I can be like, oh, it's his turn. I can laugh, I can react, I can smile at certain things. Like, you can't do that without a camera. Add a Doom cock mask is necessary. The Mind Stone, yeah. It's the Mind Stone. We've seen almost everything. Okay, so episode 4 may be a stinker unless they do what I liked about episode 3 and they have this dramatic moment where shit gets real. Can they do it again? I don't know. If finding out Geraldine was not part of the town was epic, what could be that moment in episode 4? That moment in the car where Vision is talking to Agnes? Maybe the answer. Now, I was telling Trinity that I don't think Agnes is really Agatha Harkness, and that was just for the comic book fans to confuse them and whatnot. That's an option. Now, I'm not so dead set and sure on that. It's an option now. Disemboweled voice, bodied voice. Just Discord me the stream link. I like keeping my animosity. I'm the Wolf of Ragnarok. I can't have my location or appearance. Only you know my location. On an iPhone, it has a camera. Most laptops have a camera. Yeah, just do a back screen. Like, I don't show my location either, really. I just sort of do this. You'll never see me stream without a blue couch and posters behind me. What happened? What do you mean? What do you mean, what happened? Let's wrap the stream there, even though like a couple of more people joined the stream as I say that. But I am done talking about WandaVision. I'm all WandaVisioned out. Thanks for joining me as always, everybody. You guys are all part of the Discord community already, and I can rely on you to participate in my conversations and stuff. Here, I'm looking for a Discord link right now that I can send to everyone else who does not want to be, who has not been joining the Discord. There is a vote channel on the Discord asking you to vote thumbnails, and I want you to participate in that, everybody. What'd you say here? I prefer to call in, but I will show on camera with other streams. Why not? Your face is what makes it's a video platform, you know? So you got to do the face thing. Okay, let's do this. I'll just wear a mask or something. Oh, like you don't want to show your face. It's like that. Okay. Why not? And you said it already. You want to be anonymous. Yeah. But I have to read your face, bro. So there it is. That's the invite in the chat. Thanks all for joining me. Chillmonger and broadcast. Peace out.